Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier. And today I'm going to be reviewing the first and second episodes of I almost said Ultra Kill. That's the background footage you're seeing right now. Yes, I am doing a leafy fucking rip-off thing of CSGO Surf, quote unquote, but in Ultra Kill, because it's topical for today's topic, which is Chainsaw Man, episode 1 and 2. So, my short review of episode 1 and 2 is that episode 1 is like a 9 out of 10. In terms of adaptation, it's pretty much perfect, actually. Panel per panel throughout the entire run of the first episode. But there were a few things that bugged me. CGI being one of them in a few instances. Like it jumped from being kinda alright to being fucking amazing to being kinda alright again, and it kind of flipped throughout the episode when there was CGI, noticeable CGI. Uh, though I have seen some people complaining about scenes being CGI, which were not CGI, which is just, it melts my brain. And episode 2 is a 10 out of 10 because I fucking love power. My love for fucking power is, how should I describe it? I think there's only one word that can truly describe my love for power, and that is fucking biblical. Yeah. I will get into episode 2 later on, but so episode 1, what did I like, what did I dislike? So what I liked about the episode was that it was very close to the manga. Like it adapted it very closely. To be fair, it was just one chapter that it was adapting, so it really had no room to throw anything out because they actually had to drag some scenes longer than in the manga so that it would fit the time of the episode. But other than that, it was basically a perfect adaptation. uh, there were some things that irked me, like the composition of some scenes. I don't know how to describe it. Like the cinematography in some scenes felt a bit off to me. That might be just because I wasn't in the best mood when I watched it, but I wasn't also in the worst mood, so you can't really blame it on that. Another thing is that, as I said previously, the CGI in some shots looked really good. In some shots, it didn't look that good. I've heard a lot of people fucking hyping it up as the best CGI, literally invisible. You cannot see it no matter how hard you look. You could take a fucking microscope, like an electronic mouse microscope, and analyze it on a fucking anatomical level, and you still couldn't tell it was CGI. Bullshit. But I've heard some other people say that it was absolute trash, so fucking horrible, an atrocity, which is bullshit as well. So yeah, that, and what I also liked about the episode was that it elevated the emotional impact of some scenes a lot for me. Like some scenes. Others, not so much. Others felt better in the manga. Some scenes, like the Pochita and Denji flashbacks, felt really, really emotionally resonant in the anime. While the final scene where Denji asked Makima to hug him, due to the CGI, it just looked kinda funky, kinda monkey, kinda fucking weird. So that kinda ruined it more for me. So yeah, I guess that's it about episode 1. I I gotta get some fucking water. Alright, now moving on to episode 2. The episode's so fucking good, it makes me wanna move a 9 out of 10 episode down to 8.5 out of 10. That's how fucking good this episode was. So first of all, the first thing you'll realize while watching this episode is that there's no CGI, literally none. Some people have said that it was in crowd somewhere, but I did not see it, and I'm pretty sure it was not there. I'm pretty sure people just cannot distinguish between good animation and CGI for some fucking reason. In any case, the only place where CGI was actually used, to my eye, was on the cars. And if it was anywhere else, it was so good that I could not notice it. So there's that. Another thing is about this episode why I would rate it higher than the first one. This is a bit unfair, and I admit that, but it's due to the material. The material of the manga adapted in this episode, contrasting to the first episode, is just so much better, in my opinion. So yeah, that elevated for it for me as well. In general, this episode was actually less accurate to the manga than the first one, but it only cut out like one scene, which you could argue is major, but the point that the scene makes is basically just it is made the same point is made in many other scenes throughout the entire anime, well, in the entire manga, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Also, sorry for the shit out of you. Other than that, the scenes that were adapted in this episode were so good. Like the scene where Makima feeds Denji the soba, was it? I, udon. I think it was udon. Where she feeds him udon was so fucking perfectly adapted. It made me fucking convert to Allah. I started fucking doing the hand motions. You know the ones. Other really well adapted scenes were the the scene where Aki gets jumped by the Nut Devil. Obviously, yes, that classic scene from Chainsaw Man. But without joking, the scene was fucking awesome. The animation was very like it was just so well adapted. The only thing you could say was a bit off was where the facial expressions, as in they weren't as expressive in the anime. But I don't think that's a big detriment. I think it's pretty clear that the anime is trying to go for a slight bit more of a dramatic route than the manga, which is fine. It still keeps in all the comedy, which is really great. I really love that. That was my biggest fear watching episode one, that they would just not adapt the comedy as well. But that was absolutely smashed in this episode. So yeah, the scene where Aki just starts beating the fuck out of Denji. Oh, that shit looks so good. And then when Denji retaliates, damn, bro, that had me holding laughter the entire time, and it broke me. It broke me. Even though I knew everything, I did not remember the fucking Nut Devil line. Oh man, that shit broke me. I was laughing my ass off. Uh, and of course, the entrance of best girl, the best girl in Chainsaw Man, and the second best girl in all of anime. Don't fucking at me. Power, man, that shit was so well adapted. Also, I'm pretty sure some people said that scene was CGI'd, which, bro, are you fucking blind? What the fuck is wrong with you? Any case, that scene was awesome. And of course, we got to see one of the best parts of Chainsaw Man, which is how it characterizes its characters. Like it develops its characters through comedy and comedic scenes, but they actually have like a deeper meaning to them. Denji acting inept is because he has literally no upbringing. He's from the streets. He has never gone to school and has no education. His father treated him like shit. His mother died when he was very young, and yeah, and then he was taken in by the yakuza, and that you can see that in how he acts, in how immature he is, in how he doesn't know a lot of things about the world, about the he has no emotional maturity, all that stuff. It's very funny, but it's also very engaging when you think about it. It's quite sad actually when you think about it, how how absolutely depraved of human connection Denji is, and you can see that through the comedy. And of course, the final scene of the anime where Power just jumps off the fucking building and squashes the shit out of that sea cucumber devil. Yeah, that's the one. She fucking vaporizes that shit. That was animated so good, so great. In general, episode two basically perfect. Nothing left to say except for the fact that the ending was actually animated this time. I was very afraid that they were gonna do 12 different endings and then just not animate them, just have their credits rolling. But I guess that was just for the first episode. So I'm very glad about that. And Yeah, the ending sequence, the entire like music video, I guess you could call it, AMV was so good. It was really good. In general, episode 2 was everything I wanted when I watched the trailers. It lived up to my expectations completely, while episode 1 fell short a slight bit. Nah, yeah, that's about all folks. See ya.